right?
Goldie Garneau, the one and only.
Good decision.
Hey there, dollface.
¿Qué pasó, güey?
Dino Banyan.
Frank Reagan.
You and I could do good business together.
Maxim Zelnick.
Mabel Riley. Nice to meet you.
Soy yo, Elvira Duarte.
Hey, good choice.
Good decision.
Call me Scarface, I will break.
I'm Frankie Donovan. Who the fuck are you?
I hear you've been looking for me, Paddy.
Are you Andy?
I am. Your brooch is a bit much, in my opinion.
My mother gave it to me. Reminds me of home.
It'd do that all right. Did she give you the black eye as well?
Not this one. But she's a hardy woman. I wouldn't cross her in a hurry.
Well, you're a long way from home now. You have a place to stay yet? There's a boarding house a few blocks south of here. I can give you the name.
So you'd know exactly where I'm resting my head. And so would anyone else who came in here with $1. Fuck off.
You'd do well to go out of your way to make friends here in Chicago, not enemies, if you plan to stay. You have a trade.
I have some skills with a hammer, and I'm looking to make a name for myself in Chicago.
It's a fine place to make a home, all right. 'Tis a far cry from Kilmaine. And I suppose you're looking to avoid a chat with His Majesty's people too, aye? No need to be coy, Frankie boy.
How much do you know?
I've been waiting to see you since you waded ashore. Frankie Donovan fought in the Rising, absconded across the Atlantic to avoid going up against the wall. I heard you were arrested for, loitering and sauntering in Boston.
I was framed.
I'm sorry about your brother Tom. I heard he died in the fighting. Are you still looking to help the cause?
If the cause will help me for a change.
A man after my own heart. Come here then. There'll be a fella coming over from home in a few weeks about a crate of Tommy guns for the lads at home. He'll have the other half of this $5 bill, and you'll have to mind him while he's here. Sure, you'll be like a native then yourself.
Okay. What do I do in the meantime?
We need a place to store the guns, and there's a few fellas setting up a speak the next street over. Far be it from me to interfere with free market capitalism and the great American experiment, but fuck them. I want them gone. 2 birds, 1 stone. You clear them out, and maybe you can set up a brewery to hide the weapons. And I'll give you cash for the public service.
Sounds like a lot of work. But give me cash, and I might be able for it.
Fuck off! Sure, I can hire 2 micks to do it for that. It's this much cash or nothing.
Grand. I'll do you this favour.
Fucking hell. You'll fit right in Chicago.
See you when I see you.
Welcome to Chicago. Let's have a look around.
Not a problem.
Chicago is a dangerous place.
Right
In order
away.
to survive, you're gonna need to learn how to fight. Fortunately, I know right where you can find one.
Can do.
This precinct belongs to Ronnie O'Neill. He calls himself the boss of the Meatpackers gang.
Of course.
His thugs aren't gonna know what hit them. In Empire City, combat is turn-based. The action bar is below. In combat, you can move or choose an action from the action bar. Some actions require a target. It's your turn, so fire a shot if you've got a target. Choose another action or move into cover.
Take that, you fucking gobshite.
Each character has 2 action points, or AP. Bosses have unique abilities with special effects that unlock after you've disposed of a certain number of enemies. You'll see the icon fill up on the action bar with each successful kill the boss makes.
Gonna mess you up.
Using cover is vital to your survival. Cover is provided by the environment. Walls, cars, big objects, etc. Cover can be full cover or half cover represented by a half.
Yeah! That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Attacking a racket in a precinct you don't own sets it to the ransacked state. You want to own this racket? Well, you're gonna have to take out the safe house at Depot first. Taking out that building takes the whole precinct, but more on that later. The gunfire attracted some of the local criminal talent, and they're looking for work. As your empire grows, you'll gain access to bigger and better hired guns, too. Notice that your crew members haven't paid. Their price for worked gangsters range from professional hitmen to shockingly wayward criminals. Gangsters also have different professions and weapon specialties. Nora here is a mob doctor, and that means she can use sniper rifles. Position her far from her target in combat to make the most of her skill. You'll find gangsters looking for work out in the world and in the Black Book. As you become more powerful, you'll gain access to more hardened, skilled gangsters. Now, hire your second crew member.
What is it?
Now you've got yourself a squad. Just in time, too. It just so happens Ronnie's got a brewery close by. Let's take it out. Zoom out to the world map to see where it is. From the world map, you can see who owns what. Right now, this is Ronnie's precinct. Each precinct is controlled by a safe house or depot. Taking out other rackets in the precinct means that you'll cut down the number of reinforcements that show up when you attack the safe house and depot. So, it's a good idea to hit them first.
Of course.
Who's
What?
that? The meat packers were expecting you. Hopefully, they've also expected their funerals. Let's take them out.
it!
On it. Sights on this are crooked.
Ah, bollocks!
Ah, that's class!
I'm gonna step on you!
Ah, somebody bent the sights of me gun.
Oh, no! Ah, no!
Yeah! That's what I'm fucking talking about.
You're gonna need more than a few guns to take out Ronnie and his guards. Luckily, the black market's got everything you need. Open the black market. Now that you're in the shop window, it's time to get yourself some provisions. If you've got the cash, you can pay to get a better weapon here, or wait for one to drop in the loot after a fight. The black market is restocked frequently, so make sure to check back often for new weapons and supplies. Check the stats and effects of any item in the shop in the right window pane. If you want a recommendation, you can't go wrong with a first aid kit. Check the stats and effects of any item in the shop in the right window pane. Leave the shop when you have what you need. Now, take out Ronnie's brewery to let him know who's boss.
Yes, love?
Right away.
I'm here.
What is it? Right away.
I'm here.
Yeah?
What? Right.
Yeah? Of course. What's the crack?
You need to move in the cut. Breweries are well guarded, and this is a tough fight.
Sights must be off.
Oh, kids!
Uh-huh. Sights off.
Fuck!
Yeah! That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Great job. Breweries are critical to a boss's empire. This brewery supplies alcohol to Ronnie's rackets. Looks like he's going dry.
Fuck off, funny man. Did you think it would be all that easy? When you decide you want to talk face to face, you know where to find me.
You picked up a new weapon in the loot from that brewery fight. And not a moment too soon. Open your gangster sheet to learn how to equip it. Here you'll see our active character's loadout. This is all of the equipment that they currently have equipped. Select a weapon slot to open up your faction inventory. Here you can see all of the weapons that your faction has available, and which weapons your character can equip. Note, each profession is limited to certain weapon types. Select a new weapon from the faction inventory if you want to equip it to your active character. you're low on HP after a fight, you can use your doctor to heal up. Select your doctor, then interact with the character you want to heal. From the radial menu, choose Heal. You can do the same thing with health kits. Sit-downs with another boss are serious business. They usually take place in a boss's racket, but they can take place in safe houses too. Zoom out to the world map to find Ronnie's safe house.
I'm on it.
Frankie, how long has it been? Boston in 17? I really hoped I'd never see your ugly mug again.
You're lucky. It's probably the last time you will.
Watch your mouth. This ain't gonna go like how it did in Boston. I got the upper hand this time.
I thought we were talking, Ronnie.
Right. I'll give you this, Irish. You got backbone. I don't need any more enemies in this town. You come work for me, and you can hang on to your worthless life.
Who did you borrow a sense of humor from, Ronnie? As if I'd waste my time working for you.
Well, you can't say I didn't try. Guards, take our friend Frankie for a walk. Somewhere where no one will find him.
I'd rather stay.
Jeez!
This is a boss battle, in the literal sense. To win at this game, you need to be the last one standing. Take Ronnie out. By the way, if you get an enemy into a bleeding out state, it's worth putting them out of their misery. Perform a brutal execution, and you'll gain the bloodlust status effect, which immediately gives you extra health.
In your face, you fucking gobshite. I'm on it.
Ah, feck it!
No.
Okay, doing this.
Kill him!
Sights off.
damn it. Damn idiots!
Sights on this are crooked.
Oh, that's amazing!
Sights must be off. Sure thing.
Gotcha.
Taking out the trash.
I'm on it. Come here to me.
I'm on it.
Yeah! That's what I'm fucking talking about.
When you take over a precinct, you have 4 options available. Occupy lets you take over a precinct with all rackets in working order. Loot and Occupy still takes over the precinct, but you'll wreck some rackets in the process. The Sack and Raise options won't transfer ownership to you. Sack wrecks the place for the faction that owns the precinct, but keeps them in control. Raise removes control of the precinct from that faction entirely, and transfers it over to thugs. You can't raise a precinct run by thugs. Use Sack and Raise sparingly and strategically. This is the precinct screen. You can get a good look at the state of your precinct from here. Looks like you've inherited Ronnie's thug problem. If you want to make the most of your precinct, you'll have to do something about them. At the top, you can see how many racket slots this precinct can hold, how many slots are available, how many are already built, and how many are occupied by thugs. There are 4 racket types: speakeasies, breweries, brothels, and casinos. Speakeasies can't function without alcohol, but they've got a big capacity for customers. Breweries make the alcohol that runs your empire, so make sure you've got enough of them. Keep an eye on your police activity, because the cops love shutting breweries down. Brothels may not be big earners, but they don't need much alcohol to function, and they increase your customer cap in the precinct. Casinos have variable income, depending on how many big winners you get. They'll also draw more customers to the precinct. Striking a balance between your rackets is key to making sure you can support all those thirsty customers. Equipping available racket slots in your precinct provides you with reinforcements if your safe house are deep. You can see how much and what type of alcohol your precinct is consuming on the left side of the screen. The default for alcohol is to serve your best booze available, but you can change that here. Upgrade your breweries to produce better quality alcohol and make more money from your booze-slinging joints. You've also got improvement slots which apply bonuses to your precinct. They affect your rackets, police activity, and customers. You have a limited number of improvement slots available, so use them wisely. Keep taking precincts in the neighborhood, and eventually you'll achieve total neighborhood domination. Different neighborhoods provide specific bonuses once you have total domination over them. Explore the city to get a taste for the different offerings out there. Select a racket to see what kind of upgrades are available, or equip a new racket if you've got an empty slot. Close the screen when you're ready. For most rackets, you've got 4 different ways you can class up your joints: security, deflect, ambience, and word of mouth. Breweries have production, alcohol quality, and storage upgrades too. Safe houses have security, production, and alcohol quality upgrades. The information panel to the right shows your upgrade's current state and what you'll get in the next upgrade. Remember, close the precinct screen when you're ready to continue. Congratulations, you've got your first safe house. Defend it at all costs. Your safe house gives you both defensive and offensive benefits. Take adjacent precincts to create depots and a supply line back to your safe house. Keep your supply line intact.
Like everything else, your safe house needs security. It also has a small brewery in case the feds shut down everything else. You can upgrade as you need to, but to win at Sin, you're going to need more than that. Right now, you'll need to do the legwork, but eventually, you'll get an underboss to do your bidding, while you command things from here.
So, what now? Well, that's up to you, boss. You've got the tools to take over this city. How you do it is up to you. You've got a precinct under your control, but it's in rough shape. Clean it up, kick those thugs out, and you'll be well on your way. Good luck, Kingpin.